You know, when you look at Diamond, the reason why is very simple. Because yes, ana kipaji,
Yeah.
but he also grew. The period of time when alivyokuwa anaimba alikuwa Tandale, sijui Tandale, si ndio?
Yeah.
When you compare that music and now, you can see the growth, right?
Yeah.
That's number one. He allowed himself to evolve into what he is now. So people have seen that journey and fallen in love with him because of that. Pia, he had already worked on making his fan base in Tanzania through his story. Unakumbuka mwanzoni alivyokuwa anaanza mziki, you'd hear a lot about Diamond kwenye hizi small newspapers, like Diamond kafanya hichi, Diamond kafanya hichi, au kwenye zile newspapers za udaku.
Yeah. Kila siku.
Yes, kila siku. Na hiyo pia ni kama strategy.
Yeah.
It's part of PR. You know, people want to be entertained. He's an entertainer, right?
Yeah.
People want to be entertained. So I believe that Diamond alishtukia the methods that our fellow international superstars use back then.
Yeah.
To gain attraction, to gain publicity, and to gain that interest that people want to know what's next, what is he up to, skendo gani tena, you know. And unfortunately, that are some of the tactics that artists use, but they build a story through that.
Yeah.
People see their growth, and then I think Diamond right now has a really good team. When he decided to add on one more manager to his team. See, he has two main managers, sindio?
Okay.
Kuna Babu Tale na kuna Salam, sindio? I think that opened up a lot of doors for him because he was able, it's not easy to be managed by two managers, but he was able to see perspective from another point of view that this other manager brought to the table.
Yeah.
You know, and having those two managers work together has created a balance, you know. And I also believe that Diamond has a strong hand in his own work as well, and I make sure kwamba vision yake ambao hami vision, yani watu ambao wamemsurround and wanaelewa anachokitaka. And he's also very strategic in his music. Let's use this mfano wa Comment ça va sasa hivi. Comment ça va is hello, right?
Yeah.
In how many languages did he use in the song? I think it was up to like 10 or 15. Yeah, I think like up to 10 or 8, something like that. That song was strategic. Cynthia.
Yeah.
He targeted France, he targeted China, he targeted, you know, Comment ça va is what is French, right? What else? Ni hao, what's that? Korean? Is that Chinese? He targeted a number of international languages, whereas that is another method to be accepted internationally, where people feel like, oh, he's talking to me, you know, I feel this, I feel part of this. And music is all about expression, but it's also about giving back. If I touch you and I touch your soul, like hapa sasa hivi nimekuuliza, what do you feel like when you listen to Burner? Ikasema weed when I'm smoking my weed and nini. Yani, you're being in touch with your emotions, ndio? So music's foundation is based on that as well. How do you make people feel? It's all about making people feel a type of way. Do they feel sad? Do you feel sad? Do you want to resonate? Do you want to talk about that experience? Do you feel happy? You know, do you feel angry? Do you feel like, you know, in love, you know, things like that. And that's what music really is about. Yeah.
It's true, because I can say I really respected Diamond more when I saw his journey, like where he came from to where he is right now, that growth.
Yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful because that means now you're taking it to the next step and you are making people feel like, you know what, he's also kind of normal. Like, you know, what makes him different from me and you is his drive. He didn't let his story stop him. He let it inspire him even more. So at the end of the day, I believe that when music has a story to it, however small or big the story is, that people can connect to you in a whole different way. And I feel that Ata Pia, with the diaspora that was outside wa Tanzania, proud that, you know, kuna Mtanzania wetu sasa hivi anaanza kutoboa nje. So that's why you find like Tanzanians, when they hear a Diamond concert outside, lazima, they have to go because it's who they are, you know. He is a representation of what Tanzanian music is right now, and though it is evolving because kuna Gen Zs wengi sasa hivi wanaibuka with you know, your mashups and your fusions of music.
Donald Trump once said in his book The Art of the Deal that bad publicity is much better than no publicity at all.
Publicity or bad publicity is better than no publicity.
Yeah. So all these artists that, you know, you talk the likes of Diamond being written in the newspaper, bad stories about him every single day. Do these stories have a more positive impact or a negative impact on an artist? And would you implement this strategy on your artist, let's say DJ Josie?
No, not really. I think that's what I'm saying. It really just depends on the artist and their vision. First of all, DJ Josie is a DJ.
Okay.
Who's evolved into an artist, a producer and artist.
Yeah.
What's his name? Diamond Platnumz was fully dived into being an artist fully, right?
Okay.
And with the news blogs and all that has been coming out since day one, whenever he, you know, something happens or whatever, even if it's negative, a lot of it is created.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it is like manufactured, when we say. It's not necessarily real. So how can it affect the artist if they know that this is not real? Natoa tu kitu hapa kuonyesha kwamba moja mbili tatu. Yes, sometimes there are real stories out there, but sometimes there are stories that are formulated and created kutengeneza a attraction.
Do you believe that attention is the new currency right now?
Yes, but no. At the same time, attention, the new currency.
That whoever gets the most attention is the one that makes the most money.
Yeah, not necessarily. Because if you don't understand your value, you don't really understand where you're going with that attention or whatever attention you're trying to create. If you don't know what the end goal is, then it doesn't necessarily guarantee you money. No. I just believe that right now we're in a very communal world where everyone is connected, right? So everyone wants to stand out. And it's not just for money, but it is for recognition. People want to be noticed for whatever it is, whether it is their character or their business or whatever it is. Kama ni msanii, they want to be noticed and recognized for their music. And most like artists want to be on big stages. They want to be able to express their music and see how that feedback comes and what people resonate with. So I don't think it's purely negative, but it really depends on how the public takes it, to be honest. There's some certain unnecessary things that I, as my artist, I want to avoid, because I believe that even if there's no publicity, that there's always a way to publicly come out, because digital tools are literally at our fingertips. Yeah. And it doesn't always have to be negative, although unfortunately negative news makes the most waves, but very positive news as well does. I just think that right now, where we're going in terms of a generation, people want more positivity. So they're looking forward to more positivity. Like, and then you got your trolls who love to feed off of negative energy. So why not have both at the same time?
So if you could collaborate with an artist,
me personally, or
you personally,
whether
it's a living artist or deceased, who would it be and why?
MJ, of course. Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Actually, many. I have many.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson and Mariah Carey. Yeah. And Drake. That'd be awesome. But why I chose Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson was a staple for many in the music industry. I grew up listening to MJ's records. I grew up to watching this child star grow into a phenomenal artist. And I believe his sound is so unique, and he tried to bring a lot of fusion to his music, if you realize, apart from just singing, his emotional, whether it's R&B or rock, he would rock it. Ani kama ni rock, R&B, old school vibes, you name it. MJ, always, every song he made was almost a hit. Actually, almost every song was a hit. Yeah. So definitely MJ if I move back into time. But now, currently, I don't know, man. Someone like Drake put me on the map or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so coming to an end, we have a program here on MOD podcast that a previous guest leaves you a question, and you have to answer it without knowing who left you the question.
Okay.
And you as well, you have to leave a question for the next guest, and they'll have to answer it as well. So a previous guest left you a question.
Okay.
And he's a developer, he's in the tech industry. Yeah, so the question is, with development of technology in Tanzania, how do you best use it, or how are you using it to your advantage in your career?
Number one, I am all about research. So I use it to be well informed, number one. Number two, I use technology as tools to further my goals.
Okay.
And number three, I believe that technology is a type of intellect. Like it's an intellectual space that if it is used for positivity, it
Yeah.
can make a huge impact in the community.
Okay.
So an example, like for instance, solar panels are a technology, right?
Yeah.
They can do so much good in rural areas where there's lack of, electricity and things like that. So I believe that the development of technology is the next, what can I say, holy grail. Is the next
Okay.
holy grail of maendeleo. So, yeah, just short and sweet.
You also launched your company called Klaire Creative Hub.
Yes.
What does it do?
Klaire Creative Hub is a creative agency that basically focuses on developing the visions of the youth, as well as we do a lot of marketing for brands.
Okay.
But Color Creative started out as it was a passionate journey for me.
Okay.
Before I officially opened up the company, I was adamant about
Yeah.
fostering the youth, or being someone that inspires the youth to do more in the industry, whether it is creative or not, but just in general. And I started out doing private lessons, and I started taking on creatives that I thought had drives.
Yeah.
And I just felt passionate about them and their passions and where I could take them. So I started off by, I wouldn't say training, but mentoring them into, these fine creative individuals that they are right now. And that kind of paved the way for me to open Color Creative. And that's why it's actually called Color Creative House. But it is a hub, really, for creatives who want to work and collaborate with Color Creative. We do talent management. We foster platforms that are educating, that, what do you call it? We do a lot of collaborations with organizations, with brands. So it's really, I like to think of it as a platform, really, more than a business. Yeah.
That's really great.
And we do a lot of events as well, like color creative events, and as well as collaborated events. Yeah, and not your vava voom event that everyone, or whenever you say event, concert, nini nini. An event can be an activity, for instance, like a workshop, or a networking event where you invite a certain number of people who are like-minded, and